What was the role of peasants in the Russian Civil War? What role did peasants play in the Russian Civil War? This question takes us into the heart of a conflict that reshaped Russia and its society. Peasants were a major part of the population, and their actions greatly influenced the war's outcome. At the beginning of the revolution, peasants were driven by a strong desire for land reform. They wanted to break free from the control of landlords and gain ownership of the land they worked. This longing for economic independence and social justice was a key factor that helped the Bolsheviks rise to power. The promise of land, peace, and bread from Lenin resonated with their needs, as it promised land redistribution, an end to war, and food security. Once the Civil War began, peasants were mobilized in various ways. Many were drafted into the Red Army, which was crucial for the Bolsheviks' military efforts. However, their support was not guaranteed. Peasants often resisted policies that conflicted with their interests. For example, forced grain requisitions to supply the cities and the army led to unrest. The Tambov rebellion is a notable example where peasants organized armed resistance against Bolshevik authorities. This uprising highlighted the tension between the peasants' desire for autonomy and the Bolsheviks' push for centralized control. Politically, peasants were not a single group. Many supported the Socialist Revolutionary Party, which had a strong rural following and advocated for land redistribution based on peasant ownership. Local political organizations, like village committees, often acted independently, making decisions about land use according to local needs. While the Bolsheviks aimed to integrate peasants into their vision of a socialist state, peasants frequently pursued their own interests. Their alignment with or opposition to Bolshevik policies depended on how those policies affected their lives. From a socialist viewpoint, the role of peasants illustrates the challenges of aligning a largely rural population with a revolution led by urban workers. Lenin and the Bolsheviks had to adjust their Marxist ideas to fit the realities of Russian peasant life. The peasants' insistence on land ownership and their resistance to forced collectivization forced the Bolsheviks to reconsider their approach to socialist transformation in the countryside. In practical terms, peasants were both a source of manpower and a potential threat to Bolshevik power. Their support was vital for the success of the Red Army, but their rebellions showed the limits of Bolshevik authority. The Civil War was a dynamic period where peasants asserted their demands, influencing the revolutionary process and shaping the political environment. In essence, peasants played a decisive role in the Russian Civil War. Their quest for land reform and autonomy fueled much of the revolutionary spirit in rural areas. While they initially supported the Bolshevik promise of land redistribution, their resistance to harsh policies like grain requisitioning and forced collectivization led to significant conflicts. The Bolsheviks' ability to maintain power relied heavily on managing their complex relationship with the peasantry, highlighting the broader challenges of implementing socialism in a predominantly agrarian society.